Hey, Pittsburgh, good win today. Welcome to Steelers Nation Midwest. This is Big J coming at you. Quick wrap up. We'll knock this out real quick, and then I'll do a full post game on Tuesday evening. Um, we'll talk more about injuries and things of that nature and why Pittsburgh was able to do what they did today more in depth. But right now, I'll just uh, we'll glance over it. Beginning of the game, found out Pickens wasn't playing. Um, Michael Williams started, but he was going to start anyway. But Van Jefferson's played a lot. Um, then they brung a guy up. They brung a guy up from the practice squad who played really well today. Scott Miller. He played in place of Pickens. He had a big catch. Really helped us out late, and he blocks really well. He came up off the practice squad, but he'll probably be going back down. Skoranek, as usual, played well. I like him, man. That dude is great on special teams. Our special teams is great. Special teams, defense, offense. We're good at all three. Okay, really good at all three. So usually teams that go far in the playoffs and win games, they usually get those things under wraps. And it looks like Pittsburgh does. As long as we can stay away from injuries, we'll be fine. But let's move on real quick. Russell played well, even though he took a sack, um, but he's not giving the ball up. He started a little slow. It looked like he was just trying to fill everything out, and he wanted to get deep. But basically, he had to run the ball. He had some good runs, and then we started opening up. And then after they scored, um, Jameis Winston came out gunslinging as usual. But once we scored and got the lead, it was over. And Jameis gave it up a couple times. Their defense, man, they had one guy with two solos. I mean, two solos. He led the team in tackles. Miles Garrett had one tackle, one sack. So they handled him today. And Delpit and all the rest of those guys, they didn't do much. And Ward, none of them guys did either. Um, Chubb looks better. He looks better. He looks like he's starting to get footing underneath him. Um, and Ford, Jerome Ford, I messed his name up last time. It's not James, it's Jerome Ford. He he's pretty good. They're tight end as usual. Uh, he's a pretty good player. Um, he played well today. When he had some targets, you know, him and of course Judy. Judy, he's their go-to guy right now. So basically, uh, that was it for them. But they couldn't score, so we took care of business. And then Jameis threw one right to a defensive lineman. He didn't get tipped. He threw it to the defensive lineman. I don't know why he threw it into that crowd. But Jameis does stuff like that. Um, they couldn't really. I mean, they got yards, but they just can't. We're a better team. Basically, we proved that today. That was a fluke a couple weeks ago. I mean, they beat us. They handed it to us that day, Thursday night, a couple weeks ago. But we're a better team, and we proved that today. The game wasn't even close. The first quarter, somewhat. Rest of the game, now. We just trying to get it over with. 27-14, Pittsburgh. Still a nation. Um, we'll talk about. We'll get into on Tuesday a full game, post game of this Cleveland game at home in Pittsburgh, uh, on some stats and a little bit of analytics as far as why they won and strategy and things of that nature. Why Pittsburgh was able to take care of business even with a few injuries, and then basically Cleveland. They're 3-10 now. They're out of it. They're done. It's a wrap as far as they're concerned. They I don't know if they're going to start shutting guys down or what, but we'll see. But we're on the move. So Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh right now. There's 7 seeds, and right now it's playoff time. We're fighting for seeding, so we want to get higher than that 3 seed. It'd be nice. We got Kansas City here in a couple of weeks, Christmas Day. We don't play Buffalo. Buffalo lost today. They lost to the Rams today in a high scoring affair. So And then the Kansas City, when I came up here to do this, Kansas City was just starting the second half, but I'll go back down. I don't know what's going on now with that, but they were winning when I came up here. So if everything stays the same, Pittsburgh will finish 3-1, 2, and 3. Kansas City, Buffalo, Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh will have to play that first week, and what would they play? They would play the sixth seed. I'm looking at maybe Baltimore, maybe the Chargers. I'm not sure. Um, and then I think Denver would have to go to Buffalo if it stays exactly how it's supposed to be. So, all right, Pittsburgh, Steeler Nation. We'll come back on Tuesday. Join me here at Steeler Nation Midwest. Big J. Thank you. I'll post this right now, and then this will be up for your viewing real quick. View, subscribe. Uh, I'm just starting out, so um, anything that you can hit me up with, give me some comments, man, and so I can get better at this. Okay. All right. Have a good weekend, y'all.